So this is just starting this fire. You can see we're right around about 1,000 degrees getting this fire going. This is just a fire pit made out of mild steel, welded up, made an enclosure and venting just so there's constant airflow flowing into where the coals are, so that this makes sure that all the debris burns off. And just a basic little fire that you can put right on the back patio. You can see I'm just using the hardwood. There's actually a front portion that can be used for cooking food or drying off other logs. That's the purpose of that. You can see that I was able just to use shredded paper along with some paper towels that had some Vaseline wrapped in there. And this thing stayed pretty hot. Right on the outside of the pan. In the front, the temperature is right around 500 degrees. You can see right there, that's the balm that was used. And you can see right there, that's coming right from
it was an FEA year.
Paper shredder. So
FEA.
That's
Come on,
me
baby.
going ahead and welding some stuff up in the garage, cutting some metal in the garage that was used in the process of this to go ahead and get this done. So and this whole entire piece was welded up using stick welding. I think I used 70-10 to go ahead and weld this up. Or actually, 70-10 to go ahead and weld this up. Went extremely well. I actually had some bigger pieces on there that I cut off just to make this a little bit smaller, because this is 1/4-inch steel and it is super heavy. I'd probably say it's right around 70 to 100 pounds, which is pretty heavy. It's right around 3.5 to 4 feet long, and it's about 2 to 2.5 feet wide. So works pretty well. It's right around like 2 feet tall. And this is me going ahead and running those beads to get this completely welded up. Took some time, but most of this metal, I was able to get it in Brighton, Commerce City. It's one of the best metal recycling places. Not recycling, but they have a lot of scrap pieces, but they keep their scrap yard very meticulously arranged for all the metal that they have there. They have stainless, they have aluminum, they have plate steel, they have brand new square tubing. I mean, they have all the pipe needs that you can think of there too. So I know I've purchased metal for bollards that were used from there before. And they have a pretty good variety of all the other metals that you could need to get any projects done. I want to say that they even have like some 1-inch steel. I purchased aluminum from there. Aluminum diamond plate from there. They even have gloves and other stuff there. I mean, for a junkyard, they have not really a junkyard. I would say like a metal yard. They even have like some stuff like motors and engines and stuff like that. So if you're thinking about stuff that you need and you're in the Denver metro area, I would say go ahead and go down to KK Supply, because they will take care of you very well, get everything done for you. They even offer metal cutting for right around $10 a cut. They have a great group of people great group of guys that work down there with him, for being able to load you up, put it in the back of your truck, or just get it in the back of your SUV. They will take care of it for you. I know they even have a box truck down there right now that they're selling. I think they're selling it for I think it's like $12,000 or something like that. Looks like it's like a 15 or 12-foot box truck. I think the box is about 9 to 10 feet high. So it's an older truck, but it looks like it was pretty well taken care of. I want to say this is a truck from the 90s. And that 7010, I would say, is a more difficult rod. As you can see, some of the times you'll see it light up and stop. 7010 is one of the hardest rods. There's probably other harder rods, but 7010 is not good at restarts. I would say that you have to keep it hot and keep the metal hot to be able to keep consistently restarting your welds with it. So if you stop, it might just be better if you haven't used a lot of it, just to chuck the rest of that rod, because it's going to be very difficult if it cools down to restart that 7010. And I would say total over time making this piece probably took about a week, and then took about another week, and then it took about 3 hours today just to grind down some portions of it. And everything worked pretty well once it was out back. Got up to the right temperature pretty fast, and kept that fire going long. Those plates were right around 6 to 8 inches tall off the bottom of the plate. I built like a groove down, so it's a concave shape, so that in the lower portions of the pan, it acts as a shield, so that even when the wind is blowing, the bottom portions are not losing any heat, and it's keeping the coals where the fire's going from, it's keeping that going strong. So, 'cause that's what's important, on keeping that fire going. So, and right now in Colorado too, we got some of the most impactful snow that came in through the night and went all the way into from Wednesday night or Wednesday evening, started to rain all the way into Thursday, which is when I'm recording this to upload this right now, all the way into Thursday, and it's still snowing right now. I know that I shoveled twice, and there was still about 6 inches this morning, and probably only about 3 hours later. And it's going to fall heavier tonight into Friday morning, afternoon. So a lot of places were closed. I don't think there's really anything to worry about, though. You can see I'm using that ESOP Stinger. I know that there's a lot of welders that don't like the ESOP Stinger, but I realized that the ESOP Stinger is actually made just like the old Miller Stinger. Has a twist lock form to hold the rods in there in the head, so you're not clipping onto it. Obviously, you're holding that stinger the entire time. I realize when you have that clip in, that means that you can basically let that stinger rest on your hand, and you don't got to hold on to anything. So some welders like it, some don't. I love it. I also use the bee stinger, and you can see that that's the initial bottom portion of the plate. That's be making that that concave portion. So and that's that fire going. Allows me to put all that wood right in between. You can see that one log, that one off that's laying flat. That's on that warming plate that I made at the bottom, so that that can either be a log that's laying down there and just cooking to get all the moisture off, or that log is just sitting down there, or you have some food cooking up on there, because just like I said, that portion of it where that one-off log is laying there, it's right at about 500 degrees. I think the low point is right about 300 degrees. And the center of the main portion of that fire pit is right around 1,000 degrees, and I would say mostly around the other points of it inside is around 700 degrees. So center point's at 1,000 to 1,100, and then outside of that, right next to those corners, they're right at about 115. I mean, you could probably slow cook a piece of meat or something like that on that corner, but it's made in a convex form, so that or concave, so that you really couldn't lay anything on there without it sliding into the fire. So could probably put like a cup of coffee and let that thing heat up right there, but yeah. But this is a great project. I would love to make this piece in a smaller form or a larger form for someone. And I'll see you on the next one.